Your digital disco is for my complicated people. Actually, you're probably not that complicated. You're actually probably really clear and concise and passionate about what you do. But you've probably been called over the years like, oh, you're so complicated. Like, you're like a jack of all trades, master of none. Or what is it you do again? Oh, you still doing that thing. I imagine, and as soon as I hear these in my inbox, I'm just like, you're my people. Come on in. If you've had a bit of passive aggression, if you've had that like slightly snidey, like we don't get you. It's like, yeah, come on in. I want the full out complicated version of you because I am going to also assume that you have so much to offer: skills, experiences, stories, forks in the road, life experience, twists and turns and sliding door moments. And you can turn your hand to so many different things. And maybe what's happened also is that you've been in environments where you've been seen as too much, or that you never quite fitted in because you couldn't politely slide into the box that was given. And so therefore, maybe you've got yourself stuck in undercharging, or never making a decision, or never getting to that stage where you truly elevate who you are and what you're all about. If you have all of those things, your digital disco is for you, and I would love to help you. So people who come in often say, okay, I've got this and I've got this qualification and I want to do this and I'm building this business over here, but sometimes I get asked to do these corporate workshops here, and I've always fancied having a product line, and like it's all of these things. So firstly, I always want to hear it all. Like, what's going on? What are all the things that need to be covered here? And number two, what I then help you to do is to make it make sense to you, so it therefore makes sense to your ideal clients and customers. Because there are so many things that we might have. My desktop, for example, my partner, if he looks at my home screen, he's like, what is this? Not in a, I was going to say not in a judgy way, a little bit in a judgy way. But he's very much like, you do you, but it does not make sense. Or maybe you might go into somebody's wardrobe and it's like, wow, or their kitchen, like, why do they organize it in that way? But the only thing you need to do is to make it make sense to you, and therefore make it make sense to your ideal clients and customers. So if you have people who are very type A, very logical, and you are not, and they are your ideal clients, you need to find a way to be able to step into their shoes. Number three, what I help you to do inside your digital disco is help you rearrange for the now and the future. So even though you've had a past of 25, 30 years of doing all of the things, where are you landing today? What's going on for you today? Because what can happen is it all just becomes or the energy around it weakens a little bit because it starts to feel a little bit outdated. And what we want to do is to bring it up to speed right now. Be clear about where you are now and where you're going in the future. And sometimes we can see this from content, is that people get stuck in stories that they were telling in 2008. And it's like, yeah, that's great. And that might be a really valid sentence. But what we want to do is to update it so you are moving with the times. Number four, what I allow you to do, or I help you to do, is allow people to be in the right rooms. So my digital disco, for example, it talks about my acting and my speaking work, my one-to-one services, and then I have my shop. I have examples of content. And I always want people to be in the right place, in the right room. I remember going to a club many, many years ago, and we were in this sort of, I don't know, it was called something like the 90s dance floor fillers or something like that. Have I borrowed that from MTV? Maybe so. But you know, that kind of late 90s dancey music. And I remember my friend coming back and she was wearing like a really sort of spaghetti strap little dress. And she came back from the toilet. She was like, I think I ended up in the goth room. I didn't want to do that. And it's like, it's okay. You can come out now. You can hang out here, because that definitely was not a place that she felt aligned with. And this is the thing with your digital disco. You want people in the right rooms. You don't want people stuck in the about page when it's like, I just want to pay her. I just want to buy the thing. What, can I do that? Yes, please. Let me do that. Get people in the right rooms. Finally, I want you to move away from your digital disco knowing how to take continued action. I don't want your digital disco, your online presence, social media to be something that's like a bit stale and like has been in the back of the cupboard for a while and like the date has expired. You know, like those spices. The way to get the good food is to always have the fresh spices, the things that you're excited about. You don't want to be cooking a nice curry and being like, I don't know, what's the date on this? I'll shove it in anyway, because you want all of the great things in your pot to sing for themselves. There are 3 ways to join your digital disco and 3 levels of support within that. If I can help and support you, I would absolutely love to do that. And the next steps are, you can go to nickyraby.com/digital disco. You can send me a message, we can set up a call, or you can message me and ask me any questions, and then we can get started. Lots of love. See you next time. Bye.